And when she tries to pull you into a useless argument, you say, I'm not having this conversation right now.
Welcome to the Narc Free Man Podcast.
We are entering separation season, not just the holiday season, not just New Year, New Me season. I'm talking about that window of time in your life where she thinks you are still under her thumb, but you quietly start pulling away. You stop dancing for her approval. You stop explaining yourself. You stop bleeding out your heart to a narcissistic woman who uses it as a weapon. Separation season is where most men get weaker, and you're going to get stronger. This episode is for the man who's tired of living on emotional life support, hooked up to a narcissistic wife or girlfriend who feeds him just enough love to keep him alive, but never enough to let him actually live. Now, here's the big lie. Most men think leaving a narcissistic woman requires some huge, dramatic move. They picture it like a movie scene. Bags packed, doors slammed, keys thrown, big speeches. And because life doesn't look like that, they assume they are not ready, not strong enough, not clear enough. So they stay and they bleed out slowly. Here's what I want you to hear. Most separation doesn't start with a big explosion. It starts with tiny, quiet decisions, like not arguing back, not justifying, not oversharing your plans, not letting her moods dictate your worth. Those are separation reps, and they matter way more than one dramatic exit. We are not just talking about separating from her. We are talking about separating from the version of you that keeps going back to her. So here's what separation season really means in a toxic relationship. Now, there's two things we're looking to do in separation season. One is to get away from her control, her manipulation, and her version of the story. The second one is the old you. The you that apologizes when you didn't do anything wrong. The you that walks on eggshells. The you that believes your only job is keeping the peace. Separation season is about this. I'm not just going to survive her chaos. I'm going to quietly outgrow it. You are going to separate from her emotional grip, from your own people pleasing, from the story that says this is just how relationships are. You are not doing this because you are broken. You are doing this because you are done. Done living half alive. Done letting her moods be your God. Done letting fear of conflict destroy you. You don't need a new personality. You need new patterns. Small, repeatable actions that tell your nervous system we are not her slave anymore. Now let's walk through how narcissistic women keep men trapped and how separation season flips the script. Number one, she controls your reality. A narcissistic woman rewrites history. She denies what happened. She calls you crazy, dramatic, or too sensitive. You start to trust her version of events more than your own. Now, here's a separation move. You stop debating reality with her and you start documenting reality for you. You write things down. You tell a trusted friend or therapist the truth of what happened, not to convince her, to remind you you are not insane. You are separating your mind from her gaslighting. Number two is she controls your emotions. She knows exactly when to go cold and exactly when to turn on the charm. Right when you are about to pull away, she suddenly becomes the woman you fell for. Soft, sweet, and affectionate. That's not love, that's emotional bait. Here's the separation move. You stop treating her good days as proof she's changed. You treat them as part of the pattern. On a good day, instead of relaxing and telling yourself see, maybe she's not that bad. You say, cool, she's in love bomb mode. I still keep my plan. You enjoy the peace if it's there, but you don't throw away your progress because she smiled at you. You are separating your emotional stability from her emotional weather. Number 3 is she controls your time and energy. Everything revolves around her mood, her needs, her schedule, her crisis. You are exhausted, but you still show up on command. Here's a separation move. You quietly begin reclaiming slices of your time. You go to the gym and actually train, not just scroll on your phone. You take a solo drive with no drama soundtrack in your ears. You read, you pray, you journal, and you breathe. And when she tries to pull you into a useless argument, you say, I'm not having this conversation right now. Then you walk away, not storming off, not slamming doors, just walking away. You are teaching your nervous system we don't have to stay in the ring every time she throws a punch. That's separation. Number 4 is she controls your money. For a lot of men, money is the leash. She overspends, she sabotages your savings, she weaponizes bills, child support, and financial guilt. She'll threaten you like, if you leave, you'll lose everything. Or if you divorce me, I'll take the kids and the house. And because you are scared, you stay. So here's your separation move. You quietly start building a war chest. You cut one subscription. You skip one impulse buy. You put aside whatever you can, even if it's small, into your emergency fund. You talk to a lawyer for a consult. You ask real questions instead of letting anxiety make up the answers. Every dollar you protect, every piece of information you get is a separation rep. You are separating your future from her threats.
Hey guys, quick interruption to the show because I want to ask you something. I have hundreds of men that DM me and tell me their situation and want to know if they are with a narcissistic woman. And maybe you have caught yourself thinking, how do I know if she's a narcissist or just has narcissistic traits? Or what if I'm the narcissist? I've spent the last several years hearing questions like this and stories from guys who wake up every morning doubting their own reality because her manipulation is so subtle. And that's why I sat down and wrote How to Spot a Female Narcissist. 9 ways to know for sure if she's a narc and what you can do about it. In it, I break down the exact tactics she uses, like love bombing, gaslighting, silent treatment, triangulation, and share real-life examples plus step-by-step exercises so you can see through her mask the moment it slips. If you are ready to move from confusion to clarity, grab your copy today. Hit the link in the description below or on my TikTok bio. Now back to the show.
Number 5 is she controls your identity. This is the deepest one. Over time, she convinces you that you are the problem. Too emotional, too weak, too needy, too broken. You stop seeing yourself as a man with power and start seeing yourself as her project, her punching bag, her disappointment. So here's your separation move. You start talking to yourself like a man you actually respect. You don't wait until you feel strong. You decide to treat yourself as if you were. You say things like, I'm not crazy, I'm catching crazy. I'm not weak, I have just been bleeding for too long. I'm allowed to want peace. I'm allowed to leave chaos. You show up for yourself in small ways. You keep a promise to yourself. You finish a workout. You go to bed earlier instead of doom scrolling. You text a brother and say, I'm not okay, but I'm not quitting. Every small act that honors you is one more inch between who she says you are and who you are becoming. That's separation season. Now here's the part every man needs to hear. You do not become a different man by thinking new thoughts alone. You don't become narc free by listening to one podcast, saving 3 videos, and hyping yourself up, then living the exact same way. The female narcissist in your life is not impressed by your intentions. Your nervous system isn't either. It only believes what you do. So when you walk away from a pointless argument instead of getting hooked, say no to one guilt trip, put $20 in a separate bank account, tell the truth to someone safe, choose silence instead of the 2 a.m. essay text, you are doing more than being strong. You are rebuilding your identity. You are proving to yourself, I am no longer the man who begs for breadcrumbs. I am the man who can walk away from the table. And here's the crazy part. Most men think they need one giant leap of courage. What they really need is hundreds of tiny inches in the right direction, because those inches stack. And one day you wake up and realize you are not as scared. You are not as reactive. You are not as confused. The trauma bond loosens and the fog starts to lift. That's separation season. Brother, listen to me. You are not separating because you are broken. You are separating because you are done living small. You are exactly who you are supposed to be today, based on what you have lived through, what you have believed, and what you have tolerated. And starting today, you get to choose something different. One less argument, one more boundary, one more dollar protected, one more honest conversation with a brother who gets it. That's how you separate from the chaos she brings and the version of you that settled for it. In 6 months to a year, you won't be the same man. You'll look back at this season and say, that was the year I stopped being her puppet and started becoming my own man again. If this episode hit you in the gut and you know you are in separation season, make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and grab my free guide. I will link it below. It's called 21 Signs She Might Be a Narcissist. It'll give you clarity and confirmation with what you're dealing with. You are not crazy. You are not weak. And you are not alone. You are just in separation season, and it's time to move. Stay strong, stay steady, and stay narc free.